Hey everyone, long time no see, let's have a chat. So before I get into who I am and what my platform is and what I want to bring to the district, all of that fun stuff. Obviously, I'm filming this like 2 to 3 weeks before district convention. So if you're seeing this before district convention, hey, hello, I hope you're super duper excited. I know I am. And if you're seeing this while we're at district convention, I hope you're making so many great memories. I hope you're having an amazing and wonderful time. I'm hoping you're getting the fellowship with sisters and getting to meet other members and developing your leadership. So who I am, like I said, if this is your first time seeing me, if you're seeing this before district convention, you're a new member of the sorority, hi, I'm Zion Lee. And for those of you who do know me, hi, I'm Zion Lee. But I am currently a junior at Morgan State University. I am a applied liberal studies major with a concentration in urban planning and environmental justice. Now, some of you might be like, Zion, when you ran last year, you were a junior. You would be very right. Basically, what happened was I used to be an architecture major, and I realized I want to hire the architects. I don't want to be an architect. So I changed my major, which pushed me back a year. So I don't know if that's really important to share, but I wanted to share it with y'all, just in case anyone had any questions. Secondly, I'm a Fall 23 initiate of the Epsilon Omega chapter of Tau Beta Sigma National Honorary Band Sorority Incorporated, obviously at Morgan State, which is in Baltimore, where district is being held. I currently serve as the chapter vice president of special projects, but I've served as the secretary, the first ever fundraising chair. I have served as the music chair, and being one of the oldest people in the chapter, I'm just there to support everyone. Now, on a district level, I serve as the current Northeast District Secretary Treasurer. This experience has been so amazing, like probably one of the best experiences in my collegiate experience. I know I'm saying experience a lot, but I never knew like all the opportunities and all the people I have gotten to meet by being on district council. And I want to continue sharing that experience with other people. I forgot to mention the instrument I play. So in 2022, when I first joined the band, I was on the fly line. In 2023, I became the captain. And then all of a sudden, I started playing baritone in 2024.
Oh, there she is! Go Zion!
And I've been playing baritone and now euphonium since 2024. It's now 2026, which is absolutely insane. But yeah, I march in the Magnificent Marching Machine. I play in the spring concert ensembles. I've thoroughly enjoyed my time as a euphonium player. I feel like that experience really challenged me and it taught me how to adapt and be more flexible, which are qualities I want to bring to presidency. I'm just realizing now that I talk with my hands a lot, so my faults. I'm gonna try to keep my hands down here for the rest of the video. So as I mentioned like 2 clips ago, I am running for the Northeast District President position. Like I said, I currently serve on the council now. And again, this has been an amazing year, learning and growing and developing my leadership skills, my communication skills, personal skills, social skills, all of it been amazing. And I want to continue doing that. So that is why I'm running again for another council position. So what I exactly want to bring to this position is I really want to advance chapter unity. I want to collaborate more with other councils and other chapters in the district, and I'll get into more of that. But I first want to describe the type of leader I would be. I feel like I'm a very creative person. I'm a very innovative person, and I know that's kind of like a synonym. Bear with me. But I would say I'm a pretty reasonable person. I would say I'm very dependable, very reliable. I'm not just about showing up. Like, I follow through on all of my commitments. Things I do struggle with, asking for help. But also, like I said, through this year, I have learned that asking for help is not bad. I've even learned to speak more. I know it's seeming like I'm talking a lot right now. Literally a year ago, I was not a yapper, but I am a yapper now. And I hope I've been yapping to all of y'all that are watching this and all the sisters and members of the sorority at district convention. My platform is advocate. I chose this acronym because I realized advocacy and speaking up for others, even though, like I just said, I have not always been able to speak up for myself. I've always been able to speak up for other people, and I don't really know how that works, but advocacy has always been a huge part of my life. I'm a part of the NAACP, National Council of Negro Women, Planned Parenthood. I like to speak up for communities that may not have the resources to speak up for themselves. Hence why I changed my major to urban planning and environmental justice. I really care a lot. I probably care too much almost, if that's a thing. But yes, my platform is advocate. So now I'm going to get into what the whole entire word means. I'm going to try to put like the letter like right here somewhere, right? I'm not that techie, but the letter's going to go around here somewhere. So A stands for Advancing District Unity and Traditions. I want to give chapters and members of the sorority other opportunities outside of nationals, outside of districts to interact with each other. Like, yes, districts is wonderful, and I get to meet people from Maine and Virginia, and I don't know if we have any New Jersey chapters. I'm from Jersey, but chapters all along the East Coast, basically, at this point. But I just want to give us more opportunities to talk and actually get to know each other. Like, we all have the same mission of promoting bands, promoting women in music fields. And it's like the only chances we really get are once a year in March. And it's like we need more opportunities to connect. D is for developing leadership. And I will say before I get into this one, a lot of the acronym, they kind of overlap. But for developing leadership, I have so many ideas. One of my ideas being ask a council member. I forget how I exactly phrased it in my packet, but it'll kind of be like a round table or a panel where you'll get to either like submit a Google form, or maybe it'll even be like a virtual event where you'll get to ask the president any type of question, the VPSP any type of question, the counselors any type of question. We might do it in collaboration with SED or other councils across. Another idea that kind of ties into this is a virtual leadership development series where each member of the council would host a workshop that has to do with their position or whatever they want it to be. It could be, like, I know one I want to host is conflict resolution. I know people kind of see conflict as bad when conflict is very much healthy and normal. So, for example, we would have that event. People would come from all over the district, obviously virtual, but ask questions and just learn different skills to take back to their own chapter. And lastly, well, not lastly, because I have a lot of ideas, but I'm trying to get through so the video is not too long. An officer resource toolkit. I know that we don't have like a historian, even though the Secretary Treasurer does like run the Instagram, or like we don't have a specific like fundraising chair, or we don't like on like as a position in the council. That's what I'm trying to say. Like, we don't have like a parliamentarian that's like a permanent position in the council. But I want to create a toolkit with anything, anybody in any chapter that holds a position, or even active members, or just active members, even though it's not really just. If you're active, that's amazing. But just a toolkit where you can access it and find any tools, resources, anything that you might need to do your job well. V is for valuing sisterhood. Like I've said in the first one, for advancing sisterhood and unity and traditions, we don't have a lot of opportunities to interact with each other. So just mixers that we could have online, or even a big one, mental wellness checks. Like to sit together and actually talk through stuff that's not specifically about music. Being an auxiliary person, just switching to an instrument. Yes, I love music, but also I feel like there's a separation where it's like, I don't get music the same way other people get music, but I get sisterhood and I get leadership and I get unity. And it's like, I want more opportunities for that. O is for opportunities for growth. I came up with this one because I personally experienced it where I felt like being on district council was so out of reach and so scary and like way too professional for me being in undergrad. But being on council, you're so supported, probably overly supported. Yes, we do. There's a lot of planning and a lot of meetings, and there is a lot of work, but it is spread out among everybody. But because people feel like it's out of reach, I wanted to create something where we would get more interest in district council, and that program would be district council shadow program, where maybe you get to just sit in on a meeting. You might not get to talk, but you get to see how we run a meeting, how we run winter council, how we collaborate with KK Psi. And again, you just like be sitting and just kind of watching how we do it and just kind of realizing like we are just like y'all. We are literally people just like y'all. But if you did want to talk, because I like talking, I'm assuming you all like talking too, I want to create something called Lead the Call, where you could actually host an event in junction with the council. Whatever you wanted your topic to be about, and it could be like your whole chapter, right? And your chapter would create a program and you'd be supported by the council, and you get to like talk about whether it's a fundraising workshop, whether it's a musical development workshop, and obviously it'll be virtual because we're all over the place. But just a place where you could take like step up basically, and you all would be the ones in charge, which I also think English, right? Which I also think makes district council not seem so scary. I forgot this one for post-graduation panel. I think that's what it's called. I think that's what I named it. Not totally sure. But as a person that's going to graduate in 2027, so if I'm elected for this position, I would be closer to graduating. And I know a lot of people can feel lost. A lot of people can be intimidated by going into like the real world. So if we could have like a panel where alumni come back, or like the people on council now that have graduated. I'm the only one on council who hasn't graduated yet. But all these people on council got conferred degrees, y'all. And maybe they can come back and they can talk to you all and tell you about opportunities outside of undergrad that you can still be invested in TBS, or maybe just professional career guidance. This next one is my favorite. I've kind of already talked about it a little bit, but C is for collaborating with chapters and councils. The NED is wonderful. All of you all are wonderful. All 24 chapters are absolutely amazing. But I'm sitting here thinking, we have so many other districts and we only get to hang out with them once every other year. Why not collaborate with them? Why not have virtual hosted events with councils that are on opposite sides of the country as us? I feel like that would be so amazing, and it would just kind of bring sisterhood more to the forefront. And then for chapter collaboration, like I was talking about the Lead the Call initiative, collaborating to create events together. Like I said, you would be supported by the district, or we could have workshops together where your chapter does a part and then we do a part and then we flip back and forth. Again, I just think that makes everyone seem more human. District council seems less intimidating. Y'all are more likely to ask for help. And y'all just overall feel more comfortable with us and other people, and maybe even nationals if we could get nationals on board. Okay, y'all, we got 3 more, and 3 is such a great number because I'm a 3, I'm a Trey, and I'm the tail, but I digress. The next one is A, Amplifying Chapter Voices. Obviously, what I've just listed for the past few letters of this acronym, I know it's a really long acronym. I don't know why I picked such a big word. Like, I do know why, but looking back on it, it's kind of long. But A is Amplifying Chapter Voices, and we've talked about that already in this video. But what we haven't talked about is another program that I want to implement, which is the Chapter Impact Digest, where you all get to send in things or post online, whatever, like do what you do now. And every now and then we would make a whole like newsletter just highlighting chapters. I know we have the podium and everything, but not everyone gets to be in the podium, even if you submit something, right? So it'll almost be like our own podium, and maybe it'll be like once a month, every other month. And we would just kind of be observing and just highlighting everything that y'all are doing, because y'all do some amazing things. I'm not gonna lie, I steal some of the things y'all post for my own chapter. Like, y'all are doing amazing things. So if we could just highlight that more frequently, that's what the Chapter Impact Digest would be for. 2 more, y'all. 2 more. Bear with me. T is for transparency and leadership. Like I said, I like to talk, and that's what I will continue to do as president. I will continue to talk and let you all know what is going on in our district and what's going on with our collaboration with the NED for Kappa Kappa Psi, right? So, like I talked about the anonymous district survey or suggestion box, but also chapter check-ins, of course. I love doing chapter check-ins, like literally being able to sit and actually put the face to the name and everything. I'm like, oh, this is super duper cool. Also, there would be, sorry, I'm looking at my notes in the corner. Yes, like I said, transparent decision making and everything like that. And lastly, office hours. I don't know exactly what my office hours would be if I was elected president, but I like to plan Google Calendar. I love that girl. Love that girl real bad. I will make sure I have office hours weekly, monthly, whatever it needs to be, where you can access me. And also phone numbers. I'm born in 2004. I answer my text. I answer the phone. I like to call. I love to call. So I want to be available to you all. Y'all, we're on the last one. We're on the last one. We're on the last one. The last one is E, which is equity and representation. I come from a smaller chapter, right? And we've got so much support from the district. And being on district council, we've got to support other smaller and less represented chapters and help them get out there. Like, there's so many chapters where I've looked at them from the start of March last year to now this March, and I'm like, y'all have grown by leaps and bounds. But also representation. Obviously, I'm a Black woman, but I also come from an HBCU, which is a historically Black college and university, Morgan State University in Baltimore, Maryland. And I just feel like we need more representation, or just to continue the continuation, because obviously this council, we have other people on the council, and even one of our councilors is from an HBCU, but to continue that tradition of we can do it. We can be right up there with everyone else. Yes, but that is what my acronym stands for. That is my platform. That was a lot of talking. I think I just sat here and filmed for like 30 minutes. So I gotta go in and cut all this stuff out. But thank you all for watching. Again, I am Zion Elise Lee. I am running for the 2026 to 2027 Northeast District President position. Talk to your chapters, send this video out. Again, I'm so excited to see all of you all. I hope I gave you a little bit of insight to what I want to do. Yeah, have a wonderful rest of your day.